Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me again on another YouTube video. So today I've actually sat down and filmed my everyday sort of makeup, but not every day, every other day sort of makeup routine. This is what you see on Instagram, this is what you guys have asked for, and I'm kind of at that stage where, you know, when your makeup changes like every other year, I kind of like, I'm saying this now, I'll probably look back in a year or two time and hate it, but I really love this look. So I really wanted to show you guys the products that I've been using, the products that I love. None of these products have been sent to me, it's not a sponsored video, it's not an ad, genuine products that I love. And I've also put the links for you guys in the description below. They are affiliate links, which means that I make a small commission if you do use that link, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys could. Okay, so let's get into it. Before I even start the makeup, I just want to say how important it is to perfect your skin. So your base is everything. If your base isn't right, then your makeup is just not going to sit right. So make sure that you found a skincare routine that works for you. Your skin is super hydrated, moisturized, especially if you do have dry skin. I am quite dry around here, and then I'm really oily around my T-zone, which is annoying. So I have combination skin, and if you guys want me to, I can do a skincare video for you guys to show you what products that I use and what has helped me throughout the years. So my base is actually already done, so I'm ready to just get into the video now. I'm just going to go in with the MAC Prep and Prime Fixing Spray. I like to spray this before and after I've done my makeup. I don't use a primer just because I'm yet to find a primer that works with my skin. So if you have any suggestions, please leave them below. Oh, it would help if... I really thought I was doing something there. So turn the lock first, you know. After I've done my prep and prime, I like to go in with a damp beauty sponge. Now, I don't know about you guys, but because I've got pitted scarring around here and here, I've just personally not found a brush that works for me when it comes to full coverage. So I do still like to hold on to my little egg, my little beauty blender. So this is just, you know, like, I do prefer this over a brush. I'm going to go in with my Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and this is in the shade Sahil. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. So bougie. I'm just going to shake it. It is a new bottle. I've not tried this shade before. So normally I do use Stromboli and DeRill. I normally use that shade. So I'm going to try this shade and see if I like it for winter, because my skin does tend to go a bit lighter. So far it looks like it's a really good match compared to my neck, so I'll see how that goes. By the way guys, this is not a love bite, I promise you. I'm allergic to nickel and I keep wearing chokers that are made of nickel, which is really annoying. So let me just cover that up because that just does not look cute. By the way guys, if you haven't already been to Costa and tried the Black Forest hot chocolate, this is your sign to try it. It is the most amazing hot chocolate I've ever had in my life. Oh my god, so nice. I'm going to go in with my contour now. So I do like to contour around the jaw area first, and I'm going to be using the FENTY Match Sticks in the colour MOCHA. So I like to apply that on my jawline. Now you want to make sure, if you're going out, you need to be making sure that you blend this part in, because it's not a good look when it's not blended properly. So I like to just follow my sort of natural shape here, and then over here I like to kind of go up to give an illusion of that sort of sleek jaw. And then I apply some on my chin like this. So it, is that even a word? So it elongates. Is that a word? So okay, basically it makes the face look longer. So one thing that I really love about the Kardashians is that their jawline always looks so snatched, especially like this and the under eye area. And I like to go in with a lighter shade of my foundation. So this is actually the DeRill, the one that I was talking about earlier. And I like to just apply that here. And I'll show you guys in a second what I do with this. So you only just want like a drop or two. My beauty blender, I'm just going to bring that down and then sort of blend that in with the lighter colour. Now I know you're thinking, what the hell is she doing? But just trust me on this, because you really want this part of the face to sort of pop, and you want the contour to stand out. So And then from here, I like to do this to sort of blend the two colours together. Next, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser, and this is in the shade Deep Bronze. I really love to use this for contour because it just gives you a really nice depth. So I'm just going to apply that on the high points of my cheeks and just here on my forehead and the tip of my nose. My beauty sponge is getting a little bit dry, so I'm just going to spritz some of the MAC prep spray on it, and I'm just going to blend the contour in. You don't want to worry too much about it all blending in together. If you see a harsh line, it's fine because we're going to go in with powder and we're going to buff it all out. So if anything, the more it kind of stands out, the better, because when you go in with your powder, you're going to be blending all of that in anyway. So don't worry about it, girl, because by the end of it, we will look fly, I promise you. I know I look crazy right now, but I promise you, it's just wait on it, okay? I'm not happy with the coverage, so what I always feel like I have to do is go in with a second foundation. So I just wanted to show you guys. So I don't know if you can see here, I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Foundation. This is in the shade Golden, so it's a lot darker than my actual foundation. And this is what you want, because if you go in with a lighter one, it's going to look really ashy and it's not going to cover any of the marks that you do want to cover. And it's literally only a tiny little dot of it on here and here. And then I'm just going to blend that out. You don't have to do this step, by the way. This is just something that I do, and because this is my sort of every other day makeup routine, I wanted to show you guys everything that I do. So I do like to cover any marks and pigmentation that I do have. I don't know if you can see, but that's, to me, that's made a huge difference. It's kind of covered all of the scarring and the pigmentation that I didn't like over here. And I love that foundation. I've been using it for years. I feel like they've changed the formula in the new one. I've not tried it just yet, but when I did try it on the back of my hand in the shop, it felt a lot more runny. Next, I'm going to be contouring my nose. Now, for those of you who skipped this part, I promise you it's going to change your makeup game. I used to never contour my nose. I used to literally just put a bit of bronzer at the bottom like I've done now, and that's it, and leave it at that. But I feel like it makes a huge difference, especially when you're taking pictures or if you're out for an event. But this is the Zoeva Contour Spectrum palette. I like to go in with this shade, which is sort of more of like a neutral bronzy colour rather than that one. That one's quite warm. So you want it to be quite of a cool bronze, not too warm. You want to make sure that it's straight lines going as close as you can down here. And don't worry if it's not perfect, because the concealer will fix it all. So you just want to make sure that the lines are straight and as close as you can get them. I like to take it up to the bridge of my eyebrow and blend it up from here. I like to do a little line on the tip of my nose because it just gives you an appearance of a shorter nose. Also, as you can see, I've got really harsh lines here, but you don't want to worry about that too much because we're just going to be blending that out anyway. So you just want to blend that outwards like this. So now I'm going to go in with my Tarte Double Duty Concealer in the shade Light to Medium Sand. I love this concealer. It is full coverage, very full coverage. So if you do want to keep it a bit light and you don't want nothing too heavy, especially if this is going to be your everyday sort of look, I would recommend that you use the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer as a substitute if you want something quite lightweight and you don't want it to be too heavy, especially if you do crease a lot underneath your eyes. I am going to be using the Tarte one. So you just want to apply it on the tip of your nose like this, and then you want to follow it down your nose on the side, and you want to make sure that you can still see a bit of the contour. So don't cover it to the point where you can't see it, because then what was the point of contouring your nose, you know? So I'm just going to do that put it into the inner corners, and then I'm going to take it out like this. Okay, so I've done both sides of my face now, and as you can see, I kind of got carried away and the contour's gone a little bit. So I'm just going to go in with the excess powder that's already on this brush. Now I'm going to be going in with the Nars Orgasm Liquid Blush. And I just want to stress, I feel like a lot of people think that blush doesn't suit them, but I promise you, it's all about placement. Blush suits everyone. I've never come across, like, especially working at Bobbi and Chanel, I've never not like come across someone and said, oh, blush doesn't suit you. Blush suits everyone. So I've just placed it on the high points of my cheeks, and I'm just going to blend that out. Also guys, another trick to keep your makeup looking flawless and full of colour throughout the day is to layer with creams, with liquids underneath your powder. So even though I'm putting this on, I will be using a powder blush on top after I've set my makeup in place, because I feel like that way your makeup lasts a lot longer throughout the day. With powders, I'm constantly having to top up if I'm not doing this underneath. So now that I've done my foundation, my contour, my liquid blush, I'm going to go in and set all of that with a powder. Now this I've been using for a few months now, and honestly I love it even more than my Laura Mercier. I still do love that and I still do use that. I switch in between, but honestly this has been a game changer for my makeup recently. So this is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder in the shade Pound Cake. So I'm going to show you guys how I use this. So I'm just going to tap, and I'm just going to let all that powder drop. I want to show you guys what it looks like. It's such a beautiful powder, and it's so lightweight as well, and it just blends your makeup so seamlessly. I really love it. I'm just going to tap that onto the beauty blender, and I'm going to apply that all under my eye. Now if you don't have time for this, you can just apply it and then brush it off, but I am going to be baking my under eyes today. And as I mentioned before, I've got such an oily T-zone, so I'm just going to apply some of this powder and bake my forehead because it's just ridiculous the amount of oil that comes out of it. I'm showing you guys how I do my eyes now, and I do go in with my concealer and then set with the Huda Beauty powder, but it's up to you guys. If you use a primer, that's great. I do use my concealer, so to apply a little bit here and here, and then just blend that out with my beauty blender. Where's my mirror? Oh, my coffee. You just want to get a brush like this and then just set that concealer in place. Honestly, eye makeup with extensions on is so difficult to do because as soon as you get powder on your eyelash extensions, listen, it's game over for me. I hate it. It's my absolute pet peeve. So if you can, try not to get the powder onto your eyelash extensions if you do wear them. Okay, so for my eyeshadow, I literally keep it really basic. If you guys want me to do like a glam look, I can definitely show you that next time. But for today, I'm just showing you my sort of everyday go-to, if I can be bothered, eye makeup. So the only two colours that I use is the white shade and also a taupe shade like this. Now this is just the Evolve 42 colour palette by Beauty Bay. Listen, whatever you have, just work with it. I'm sure every palette has a neutral white colour base and like a brown tone. That will work. You can even use your bronzer if you like. So I'm just going to go get a brush. So I'm just going to pack on this white shade onto my lower part of the eyelid. And I'm just going to tap off any excess powder because you don't want that falling onto your eyelashes. Now when you apply this, it doesn't have to be perfect. You literally just want to make sure that you can get it as much as you can in the inner corners and the lower part of your lid, because it just makes your eyes just a lot more brighter and it makes the eyeshadow that you put on top stand out. So I'm just going to apply it all over my lid. It's up to you if you want to take it up to your brow bone. It's just whatever you can be bothered with, you know. So look at that, look at the difference already that's made. So it's just made my eyes just look a lot more brighter and lifted. I'm just going to go in with that brown tone that I was talking about before, and I'm just going to apply it on my crease. This doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. I literally just throw it on and hope for the best. So I'm just sort of trying to create a arrow shape here to give it more of a cat eye effect. Next I'm going to be doing my eyeliner now that I've done my eyeshadow, and I just want to say, as much as I love the Huda Beauty Lifeliner Quick and Easy Eyeliner, if you do one wrong line, yeah. So if you have steady hands, 100% this eyeliner is for you. I love it. If you don't, I'm going to show you guys another one that I really love using. They both are really beautiful. Again, with this one, it's so precise, and the size of the brush is tiny. It's really, really precise. Whereas the Super Cat one, it is a bit more chunky, so it's a bit more forgiving. If you do sort of make the wrong line, you can just quickly rub it out and perfect it. So I am going to be using the Huda Beauty one. So you want to make sure that you're getting this sort of shape. So you want to follow your eye line and follow it up like this. Dot right here, and it's sort of where my crease ends, and I'm just going to join the two lines together. The more that you sort of practice, the more you get used to it. But this is how the eyeliner looks. Now this would be my sort of classic back in the day Alia style. This is how I normally do my eyeliner, but I have been tweaking my makeup a little bit, especially my eye makeup. So now that my eyeliner is done, I'm going to go in with the Rimmel 24-hour Kajal waterproof inner liner. This is my favorite. I actually ordered this one from ASOS. It has quite of a thick end. So I literally just go in and apply that all inside like so. I never used to wear eyeliner inside my eyes until recently, and I feel like it just makes a huge difference. Buy this. I'm going to create a line outwards like this. So now that I've done my eye makeup, I'm just going to go in with the Huda Beauty powder again and just set everything in place. And you want to do circular motion. So I don't know if you guys have heard of the buffing technique, but I have been trying it recently and it's made a huge difference. You want to get as much powder as you can onto the brush, tap off any excess powder and really blend that in. Now take your time with it if you have time. Again, you can just set and go, but if you're going out, you want to make sure that you just blend it all in. So this is the Delilah brow line pencil and it's in the shade Sable. I don't do anything special to my eyebrows. I kind of just follow my natural shape and just fill in any gaps. Now that my eyebrows are done, I'm going to go in with my bronzer, and as you can see, it's kind of lost a bit of colour. So I'm just going to tap that onto my cheekbones. So this is actually in the shade Golden Light. To grab my brush like this and just create that sort of sharp line and then let go and blend that all in. So I just want to show you guys this side and this side. And now for the blush. So like I mentioned before, you always want to top up all of the creams that you've been using underneath with a powder. So I'm using the Dior Rosy Glow Backstage blush powder. This is my favorite. I also made a TikTok video about it and it literally, like in the Nottingham store, it sold out. So I'm just going to apply that on the high points of my cheeks again. So this is sort of the last stage of my makeup process, which is the highlighter. Now this is crucial. There are some days where I forget to wear it and I think, oh, it's fine, but honestly it really does make a huge difference to how your contour looks. So I just tap a little bit onto a tiny little brush like this. This is the Techniques smudge brush, and I'm just going to apply it on the tip of my nose. I know it's not made a huge difference, but can you just see how, you know, I feel like it's just a step that I can't skip because it does make a big difference. I'm going to apply it on the tip of my nose, and I'm just going to follow it down on the bridge of my nose as well. And then I like to apply some on the inner corners of my eyes. So we're going to be finishing the look finally with lipstick. This is sort of my go-to everyday shade when I don't want glossy lips, and I'm going to be using the MAC lip liner in the shade Stone. So I'm going to be using the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Kaboo, and I'm just going to apply that on the bottom. Now I'm just going to get my MAC lipstick in the shade Derriere and sort of go over that brown to make it all stand out and just give it a bit more like creaminess to it, because I feel like without it it's quite dry. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you do create this look, please make sure that you tag me so I can post it on my stories.